Hi there, my name is Timothy Toye. I'm the broker for Timothy Toye Associates, and I want to tell you a little bit about buying a property for auction, which is one of the things that we offer to our clients who want to sell their home. So it's done online, and usually the date is 3 or 4 weeks ahead of when we first begin to market it. And so you'll see a date and a time, and we usually give it an hour, so bidding can start at say 11 a.m., finish at noon. Now, when you're buying an auction, there's some advantages to you and some details that we want to make sure you're familiar with. Auction, by the way, is perhaps the oldest form of selling. There's a saying in real estate that a property is worth what a buyer is willing to pay for it. So an auction is a very open, competitive way in terms of determining that. So with an auction, you don't actually know what the selling price is going to be or even the asking price is. We do have a starting bid that will, where the bidding will start. It's not the selling price, so there's not really an asking price with an auction. There will be a reserve price. So the reserve price is the lowest price the seller will accept. And we usually don't set that until a day or two before the auction actually happens, so that a seller has an opportunity to review the interest in the property, the feedback that we might have received from buyers. We do comparables at the beginning, and we often will say buyers up to whatever price should inspect. That's kind of a clue as to where we think the auction is going to go to, just because this is not a familiar way for most of us in terms of buying property. And by the way, if you go down under New Zealand and Australia, you'll find that most properties are sold by auction. It works really well down there, and so we're doing a little bit of it over here. The other thing is the inspections, the preliminary title report, often the disclosures from the seller, they're all available up front, so you can evaluate the property, and we recommend you do that before you bid. The bids are normally without any contingency, so you want to make sure that you're comfortable with the property and you're serious about buying it, because once you bid and you win the property, you're expected to close. There is a registration that you have to do at the beginning, and it's normally a $5,000 amount that we want to see you have on a credit card. We won't actually take that from you unless you win the property. What happens if the property meets a reserve? You'll know, you can tell on the site. So that means the highest bidder is actually going to get the property. So that's kind of exciting, and you can see what the other buyers are bidding that you might be competing with. Now, what happens if it doesn't meet the reserve? Well, then it gets passed in. Does that mean it's all over? No, we'll normally get the highest bidders to put their offer in writing, and then we'll try and negotiate that with the seller. And we've sold properties quite often even on the day of the auction, even when it didn't meet the reserve. So it's not all over. The idea of the auction is a marketing tool. It's helping to get the property sold. It's not an end in and of itself. In fact, you can make an offer before it goes to auction as well. And we've had that experience where a seller receives an offer and they decide, I'll just go ahead and take this because I'm motivated enough to get it sold. Probably that's going to be a bit unusual, because the seller does like to take advantage of the marketing and the buzz that's created by selling by auction. So I think that's a good summary of things. Be sure to reach out to us. When you do register, you'll be asked what agent is representing you, and if you're working with an agent, you should put that agent's name in there. Otherwise, we're happy to represent you. Thanks for watching, and good luck if you're going to be bidding at the auction.